Is being fat a choice? Let's see.
There is nothing that enrages me more than fat models.
I don't like the celebration of morbid obesity.
You're okay in the skin that you're in.
The stress is everything.
Just don't sit there getting fatter. Do something about it.
I am fat.
The fact that I have rolls on my belly doesn't make me any less of a human being.
I'm curious.
I am offended by the word fat. 3, 2, 1, go.
You are offended by the word fat. Come on. Everyone is offended by the word fat. You can try to convince yourself and say, no, I'm not offended by the word fat. Yet you still are. Come on. Don't lie to yourselves.
The reason I am here is because I feel like in the past, fat has been such a derogatory term, and we've been so ridiculed for the way we look. It's almost like I want to take that word back and make it a positive thing. Oh, someone called me fat, so negative, and be like, yes, I am. You know what I mean?
But that will never be possible. Because if you think about someone obese, if you think about someone that is fat, like I was morbidly obese, there's nothing of good from obesity. It's not something that you should glorify, because you only get obese if you don't have self-control, if you don't love yourself, if you are addicted to food, if you are greedy with food, and none of those things are ever something good. So being fat will never be something good. You can pretend that it's good. You can lie to yourself and say that it's good, but it will never be good.
You know what I mean? Just change the way we think of it.
A lot of words that should offend me don't. And I think it's because I'm just kind of I don't even need the word to know your intention.
Exactly.
So I know your intention. And if you're using it to hurt me, I don't care what word you use. I care that you wanted to hurt me. I just don't look at a word like that as being
You don't want to give it power.
No, I don't want to give it weight.
Okay, that is true. If someone offends you and you are proud to be fat, or if you accepted that you are fat and you accepted all the consequences and you are not lying to yourself and you truly admit that it's something bad but that you want to be, then if someone attacks you and calls you fat, that truly is from a place of insecurity. If you're not trying to convince other people into being fat for you to feel better about yourself, then it's a place from insecurity and you shouldn't really be feeling attacked from that.
Yes.
Being plus size is a choice. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on. Of course it is a choice. Of course. I want to see what they have to say, honestly. My God.
I'm only standing on this one and not strongly disagree, because some people do try to be plus size. There's lots of people in the gay community that are called eaters and feeders. So people do try to be bigger, but I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a choice. So that's the only reason why I'm not strongly disagreeing.
Pretending that he said something brilliant. But no, it's your choice to get fatter, yes, but what about the choice of not getting fatter? Because every time you put a spoon of food in your mouth, every time you make a bite, every time you're eating, every time you're drinking a Starbucks drink, you're making the choice of getting fatter. Don't come with me with genetics, don't come at me with anything, because it's always your choice. I was obese because it was my choice. I chose to eat, I chose to not control myself, and of course, I had the consequences.
Yes, I feel that.
I lost 60 pounds in 6 months. Everyone was so happy for me. I hated myself. I hated the way I looked. I hated why I exercised and things like that. And so I made the conscious decision of my parents are not going to be supportive, or maybe they won't like it. My community, the Korean community, is going to be really disappointed that there's a fat Korean walking around the world. But it was a choice for me to say, well, I don't want to work out 8 hours a day every day and hate what I look like to be skinny.
Please, you think it's necessary to work out 8 hours a day? You need 20 minutes, 30 minutes of working out. Actually, to stay thin, you don't even need to work out. You just eat less than what you need to eat. It's not about how much you work out, it's about how much you eat. If you don't eat everything that you see in front of you, trust me, you'll lose weight.
I'm gonna let myself eat more than a quarter cup of white rice today.
I disagree because I believe in society, especially in America, we have this idea that, oh yeah, all fat people ate themselves that way.
Especially in America. America has like 50% of the people are obese. 50%. So, especially in America, that they don't believe that happens because they ate themselves that way. They think it happened because, well, God made them fat or something like that. I don't know.
That they just sit at home and they're lazy and they don't do anything and they ate themselves that way. But they don't take into account people who have a disease. They don't take into account people who work out and their body is just built that way.
Okay, if you have a disease, obviously, that's like 1% of the obese people. 1% got really fat because they are taking cortisol or they are taking any medication or because they have a disease. I was part of that 1%, but I also lost the weight after I removed the medication. But you, most likely, all of you have no problems with medication, no problem with diseases. So it's very stupid to say, oh, they don't take into consideration, because most times that's not the problem. Most times the problem is that you are eating too much, okay? And nobody is genetically presupposed to be obese. You can have a bulkier body, you can look heavier even though you have the same percentage and everyone else. It's just body types. But you can still be thin, you can still look good, you can still be in a good weight even if you don't have the best genetics. Because it's not about your genetics, it's about what you eat, okay? Please.
So there are all of these other factors that the average person who's judging people don't take into account, and they just look at someone and they say, oh, you're fat and you're not doing anything about it.
But I also want to throw out there, like, it is possible that people have eaten themselves to that point, but then you look at, like, why did that happen? Like, there's trauma, there's rough coping mechanisms, there's so many different things that can lead to somebody resorting to that and then eating themselves into this situation. Because I know that's what happened to me. I didn't.
Okay, look, I'll be honest. Yes, and she is being honest, but it's still your choice. If you had any traumas, if you had any mental health problems, it's still, even though you couldn't control what happened to you, now, at this moment, when you realize that is a trauma, you can fight back, you can control it. Because I was depressed, I gained weight, about 25 kilos. When I noticed that I gained weight because I was depressed, I simply went to the gym and I lost all that weight. So, you know, it's okay, but fix it.
I didn't choose it, but it happened.
I've been criticized for my size. 3, 2, 1, go.
Come on, everyone.
When I first went back to Korea, which is like the country of my parents, and like it was amazing for me, and I was like, wow, I look like everyone else, right? Like, this is my home country, this is supposed to be my place. It's not my place because I'm fat. And so walking down the street, people are like, do you know how easy it is for you to get liposuction here? They won't even scar because they can do it pretty for an Asian person or whatever.
My God.
I had family said, you know what, we'll fix your ears, we'll fix your nose, we'll fix your eyes, your lips, and all your fat. And that is just, it's mind-boggling to me that you would even think to offer that or think that I dislike my body. And I think that's also the thing. The critique comes from this idea of you must hate how you look.
Okay, to be honest, look, it's always their choice to be fat. I was fat, and yeah, it was my choice, but it's still not your place to come to me and say, hey, maybe do some liposuction. If it's someone that cares about you, they can tell you maybe maybe you should work out, maybe something like that, because they are trying to help you, trying to be honest, but not about liposuction or a plastic in their face or anything, because it's not your place to say that. Or even if it's your family and you say to them one time, then let them be, because really it's just stupid to go after them, because they will not change their mind. Okay, they will not change their mind because you're going after them. Actually, they might eat more because you're going after them. Being obese is a fight that you have to do alone. A person has to face the fact they are fat, and they have to face the fact that they have to change, but they have to do that alone. Okay,
So let me help you.
I think everyone in this entire room has been criticized for their body. Like, it doesn't really matter what size you are. You could be the skinniest girl in the world, and you're gonna be called like a fat bitch. Like, if you think that this is like exempt from you because we're bigger or we have different body types, like, no. We've all been shamed for our bodies.
People feel.
To be honest, everyone in the world was shamed for their bodies, okay? It's not only about fat people.
Feel that they have the right to come up to you and impose their views onto you about your personal body. The fact that I have rolls on my belly and big thighs doesn't make me any less of a human being. My body is not for you. I didn't ask you. That's it.
I agree with that, just don't go into other people and tell them that it's okay to be fat. They should be fat. Don't go to children and say it's okay to be fat. If you want to be fat, you can be fat. It's your choice. It's your body. But don't go and try to teach everyone else and say that it's brilliant, it's amazing, you're beautiful. Because let's be honest, you're not beautiful. Okay? But it's just how it is. It's just how it is.
I want to lose weight. 3, 2, 1, go.
I'm just going to say that they want to lose weight, but it's too hard, okay? Every single one of them. They should strongly agree that they want to lose weight, but they just can't seem to find a way to maintain that weight. They cannot seem to find a way to lose weight, yeah.
The reason I hesitated so much is because I will love the way I look no matter what. At the same time, if I was to keep dancing and keep going to the gym and all this, and then I just happened to lose weight, I'd also be cool. I'll just love myself no matter what, is pretty much what I'm saying.
Oh, bye. See ya.
I want to be here because this is the work that I do, and I feel doing this is gonna make. I feel being here, someone's gonna say something to me and be you aren't for body positivity, you aren't for fat activism, you aren't for liberation, but that has nothing to do with anybody else besides me. I think if I say this and I'm not being honest with myself and saying you know what, sometimes I do think about losing weight because I do, and everyone does.
Because there's privileges when you're smaller, so it's it's natural to think I want to be smaller because there's so many more options for me if I'm smaller.
What's the privilege? That you don't have to buy 2 tickets in the airplane? Of course there are privileges when you're thinner. Like health privileges. You're going to live a lot longer if you're thinner. You're going to have a lot more quality of life if you're thinner. So yeah, there are some privileges, I guess.
But I don't want to lose weight.
Skinny people get more privileges. 3, 2, 1, go.
If skinnier gets you more privileges, then lose weight.
I'm the wrong way. For me, since I am a dancer, it is the most annoying thing. I go to auditions and I'm the only plus size person there. And literally, if you go to a concert and see an artist, you will never see someone that looks like me dancing back up for Chris Brown.
And again, that's because normally dancers work out a lot and they want to be thin because they have more freedom of movement. Okay, so it's like saying, oh, I never see a guy, Usain Bolt is not fat. Why is he not fat? Well, because he can't. You know, it goes in the way of what he's trying to do.
All they care about is, oh, sex sells and, plus size isn't sexy, which it is, obviously, but
It isn't.
they can't get that, out of their heads that skinny is the top tier of life.
So what kept you though from on the strongly agree?
I don't really know. I just felt like it was it's like a big choice.
The world is created with smaller bodies in mind. Like everything we experience, when you sit in a folding chair, when you go on an airplane, when you go to the movie theater, and the unfortunate truth is our population is not that small. So
This is not Wall-E the movie. The average person doesn't weigh 300 to 500 pounds. The average person is a normal person. So why would all the humans in the planet just go, stop everything and adapt to you? Please.
So just like organically speaking, smaller people have bigger privileges because the world is designed for them.
Then lose some weight and you have more privileges. Oof, hard.
I had to quit a whole career because of my size. I got my first degree in musical theater performance. I was ready to go to Broadway. And then through college, I gained 65 pounds. And not only did I watch my professors lose interest in me, but I watched casting people lose interest in me. And that's how I ended up in education, because I want to teach that that's not okay. You can play any role, because that's what's baffling to me, is that we're in an age where in theater, we can suspend our disbelief that animals can talk and things like that, but we can't accept that a plus size person could have somebody fall in love with them unless it's hairspray.
No, this just makes no sense, because again, why is being fat or being obese not a compliment? Because there's a lot of baggage in gaining weight. When a person gets depressed, they gain weight. When a person gets more anxious, they gain weight. When a person basically stops wanting to live, he gains weight. So if you see a person go from normal weight to very overweight, you immediately know that something is wrong with their life. And obviously that you don't want to hire someone that doesn't want to live, doesn't care about his life. Obviously, you're going to lose interest for them.
That's the only story we get, and that's infuriating.
I love my body. 3, 2, 1, go.
I love my body, but it took a lot of time to get there. When I graduated college and I was in the biggest place that I've ever been, I was in a depression that I can't even begin to explain about it. And then when I went off to grad school, I was like, something has to change. New city, new me. And so I got up every morning and I looked in the mirror and I was like, what can I like about myself today? And I learned how to just love every little part of me, because it is mine. It belongs to me. And if I don't love it, who is going to?
So what keeps...
I just don't know why you want to accept yourself without trying to change for the better. Because it's okay to accept yourself. You shouldn't hate who you are when you are fat, but you should try to improve. You should try to improve, because if you truly love yourself, not your image, but if you truly love yourself, you're going to try to improve everything about yourself. And losing weight, going to a normal weight, is loving yourself. So by not losing weight, by not caring about your health, you're automatically, even though you love yourself, you don't really care about yourself.
Keeps you there?
That it took so much time to get there.
In being plus size, I don't love it, I don't hate it, it's here for me and it's got me this far. It's sabotaged me in a lot of ways, and that's its own journey. I just think for a lot of younger folks, when I was your age or younger, people said either hate your body or love your body. I wasn't either way, and I was in the middle, and so you feel so stuck, and so you feel so alone, and it's this idea of it's okay if you don't love your body, it's okay if you're not obsessed with it, just be kind to yourself, and that's good enough. If you can be kind to your best friend, you can be kind to yourself, and so that is why I am here.
every morning I'll wake up and I will like get out of bed and I'll look in the mirror and I will literally just like I'll rub like my chest, like rub my stomach, I'll like shake my ass or like touch my thighs. So like I want to like shower myself with love every day. And that's like really important to me, to give myself the time to be like, oh, I appreciate my body for what it does for me. Like, do I want to change? Sometimes, sure. Will it? Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But like at the end of the day, like I will love it regardless because it is like a home for me and my soul.
Sweaty group hug. Oh, we're gonna twerk out?
Damn, that's crazy.